Hello, good afternoon. Hope you're all well still. So we're going to move on with the form this afternoon. Before we do, I was just going to say, somebody approached me the other day, not a Tai Chi person, but a colleague who'd been looking at all sorts of exercise programs on video, on the internet, and he pointed out to me that we don't ever do warm-ups, and it's always supposed to be a given that before you give somebody an exercise to do, you warm them up. I've rather taken the view that all know this, because we always do warm-ups. Tai Chi is so gentle that it is in itself a warm-up, or could be, and we're talking here to sensible people, so but I just thought I would mention that. We're moving on from white crane spreads wings, and we're going to go as far as play the pipa, and I'll try and show you some of the detail on that, how it works, and how some of the moves work. What we're trying to do is, with all of this, practicing Tai Chi, is really change the way our body works, so we become more integrated, so that nothing moves without something else moving. Your arm doesn't move, your body moves your arm, that kind of stuff. You know this. After that, we'll have another look at bits of Qigong and what we're doing there, and at the end I've got a couple of sword moves that I'll put in for the people doing sword form. Okay, so very shortly Jo will be doing her bit. Okay, last week we did white crane, so we're going to go from white crane. So if Jo just does that, notice she turns her hand as she turns, and the next move is to turn your hand over and hold the ball, so your right comes down, left goes up, and then you turn back to extend your arm. You turn back again, bringing it to your shoulder, step to your left, and brush knee, push. Okay, I want to look at that again just to show you something. This is demonstrating the extent to which you're using your whole body to just lift your arm. So if Jo goes through that again, now hold the ball. Now at this point, if she just turns back into her right leg and doesn't, you see how her hands are. So when she does it again, all she's going to do is lift her right arm, and the turn will take it up. It's exactly the opposite of Loi. And then turning back, it draws your hand into your shoulder. If you've got a problem with that, just drop your elbow. Step to the left, and then brush knee and push. You can't quite see from here, but notice your left hand goes quite low across your knee. That's the one brushing your knee. Yeah? Okay, so from brush knee and push, you bring your right foot to your left foot and back, and then you turn back, and that draws your hand up by the side of your head. Now that's protecting you from a potential attack. And you bring your foot in onto your heel, and the next, this is play the pipa. Pipa is a Chinese lute, so your fret would be in your left hand and you're plucking it with your right. That's a general idea. And you turn back again, and you bring your hand to your shoulder, all total body turns, brush knee and push. And we'll run through that in one sequence. It might, the body turns and steps might look exaggerated, but that's exactly how they need to be. Okay, so if you could go again, Jo. So on your toe, white crane spreads wings, block down, block back, turn hand to shoulder, step to the left, brush knee and push. And you step forward, back, bring your hand back, on your heel, play the pipa. Okay, uh, you're actually breaking somebody's arm at that point, and then block back again, hand to shoulder, step to your left, brush knee and push. Okay, that's another sequence, and we'll move on next week and look at what comes next. We've been looking at Qigong and the various positions, starting in Wu Qi and how you relax all your weight into your feet, and after your time count, your hands, just let them drift up. You're lifting from your wrists, not your shoulders, and you turn over. Now every time you move, change position, you're putting little bits of tension in, so you need to settle down again as though you were just starting each time. And the same when you come down to here, turn your hands out, keep your elbows out, and let the tension go, particularly from your shoulders. And the same applies in this position. And you come, pull your hands back here, follow your thumbs up, let your elbows come in, and that's where your hands should be. You don't need to be out here. People have trouble with this, I know. I did when I started it. But if you relax, turn over, and then drop your elbows, drop your shoulders to get back into that position. Okay? So the key to all of this is being able to settle down and see whether you can get back as though you were starting again. Now we're going to look at some sword form. Last week I showed you an exercise with a sword, which you could do with a walking stick or an umbrella or a broom handle, which is really about developing some sensitivity. And that was for everybody. This week I'm going to look at actually some technique in the sword form, and how the hand form informs what you do in the sword, with the sword. Some people say the sword informs the hand, but I think you'll see what I mean. Okay, so for instance, your body moves the sword. So if we start in this position, I'm cutting down. Now this whole body movement brings the sword round and it carries on. I'm just dropping this, my body carries it, and I'm cutting from the time this hand gets hold of it. That's cutting back. And then when I turn back, it turns the sword blade over for me to bring up to here. Okay? Similarly, some of the moves in sword can be equated to moves with the hand form. So if we look at this one, you're cutting backwards. So from here, stepping back to repulse the monkey. So you cut, your body's cutting with the sword. All your weight's here, foot goes back, cut. Turn the sword, put your foot back, cut. All of my cuts are powered by my body turns. I'm working from here through my spine. You probably see in Hollywood the guys going slash slash. In reality, I bet they didn't. In reality, I bet they were doing exactly what I'm doing. And if you turn, supposing we're here, balanced, as I turn under the sword. I just lift it up a little bit, turn under it, and then I can cut down there. Okay? So, summing up, when you do sword form, you do everything you do in the hand form in terms of weight shifting, turning, and power the sword from your spine, not from your arm.